Our team coverage continues here tonight with political analysts. When it comes to these races, we are joined by William Crawford here with us once again. So, Mr. Crawford, let's go ahead and dive deep into some of these races here tonight. Let's start with District 21, a tight race, 22 votes splitting them. What kind of message does that send to the State House there in Columbia of who they're now sending from Greenville County?
Yeah, during the runoff here, you've had a lot of endorsements locally to get people charged and excited about coming out for these two candidates. Ms. Mitchell aligns more with the Freedom Caucus endorsements, so it's going to be interesting, the messaging between the Republican House Caucus and the Freedom Caucus and where she goes and how that plays out in the dynamics in Columbia.
Now, we had her here in studio, and she said you have to be invited to the Freedom Caucus. If she is invited, she will accept that invitation. Let's go and focus now on Spartanburg County. One of the biggest ones is the race for mayor. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Jerome Rice, now the projected winner, winning re-election. What does that look like now when it comes to the future of Spartanburg? Because that city has faced a lot of issues here recently, recent violence, also the clock tower in Morgan Square, also a lot of growth. So what does that now bode for the city in its future?
Well, and I think looking at that too, your incumbents for the seats also won re-election. So I think the messaging is clear. The constituents there in the area like the vision that they're laying out for the city, and I expect Mr. Rice to continue on his vision that he's been showcasing.
Paul Abbott, now the projected winner for that District 3 seat. David Britt, he was a force there for County Council for quite some time. What kind of dynamic does that look like now for County Council, now that Britt is gone and Abbott is now filling that seat?
Yeah, with Mr. Abbott being a small business owner, that will change the dynamic a little bit, probably more focused on small business, I would suspect, and then also having a better touch with those rural communities that kind of carried the votes in the primaries for Mr. Abbott. That will probably also reflect in his decision making.
What do you think the relationship now could be moving forward with the new sheriff and Bill Ryan, the sheriff-elect, new sheriff for the first time in 20 years, David Bray out of that seat for the first time in several decades. So this whole new dynamic of leadership, how could that be most beneficial to the people of Spartanburg County?
Well, that could be seen as a refreshing move for the citizens of the county. I mean, I think Spartanburg County works hard already, but these will be new voices that have replaced some voices that we've heard for decades.
Bill Ryan, now officially the sheriff-elect, as we mentioned, he said priority number one, restoring that trust there in Spartanburg County. What else do you think he can do in office now moving forward to basically reshape that whole leadership position in Spartanburg County?
Well, I think the sheriff-elect laid out a lot in his messaging why he ran. He's gonna have a team there that's going to be focused more on the community outreach aspect. He's talked a lot about that during his campaign, talked a lot about community engagement, outreach, and just moving Spartanburg County Sheriff's Department into the future with the growth that's expected in the county.
What kind of benefit has that been, do you think, for him when it comes to running unopposed in this general election, being able to kind of have that period from a tight runoff that was really short, really intense for a while? Now he's able to have a breather, have this general election without any opposition. What kind of transition period do you think that means for him?
Well, I think that set Sheriff Ryan up for success day one. Once he is sworn in, I think you'll see that he is ready to take charge.
Anderson County. Looks like the penny sales tax has failed there once again. You've been in Spartanburg County, really one of the only counties that has had success when it comes to the penny sales tax. What do you think it means overall about the state of taxes in the Upstate to see it failing in Anderson County once again, also previously failing in Greenville County?
I think that is a clear message back to the county councils that you need to be more focused with the budgets that you have in place and how you can better message what you're trying to achieve to the constituents. People will not vote for tax increases without a clear understanding of where the money that they're currently investing in the county is going, and then how they're going to spend the penny taxes. Obviously, the penny taxes were outlined in referendum of how they would have been spent, but the voters are obviously saying that we've given you the money to do that without the penny sales tax. So it'll be interesting to see how those counties reflect and plan moving forward.
Exactly. Reflecting on that is because we've seen nearly 10,000 votes voting no there in Anderson County, opposed to just about 2,500 voting yes. A lot to follow, a lot to cover. You're sticking with us. You'll be back with us at 11 o'clock.
Yep.
William Crawford, our election night analyst. Thank you so much.
Thank you.